Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? It is 1:48 a.m. And I feel like I'm losing my voice. I've been talking on the phone so much today. I just got off the phone. I made 2 videos for my drama channel. Peter Likes Books video, Peterisms video. I vlogged this morning because I overslept last night. I was going to vlog all day today and that didn't happen because I was filming videos and doing a bunch of other stuff. I met up with a friend today. I've talked on the phone like crazy. Alex and I hung out tonight. I have talked so much today that I feel like I'm losing my voice. So I did bring the orange vanilla Coke that I reviewed on my review channel because it's almost gone now. I had like 3/4 of it and I've been drinking it while I've been talking on the phone. But so because my throat is like, it doesn't necessarily hurt, I just feel like I'm losing my voice. So I don't know how long I'm gonna vlog. Plus it's 1:48 and now it's 1:49, so I guess I've been vlogging for a minute and 15, 16 seconds. I don't want to vlog forever tonight because I want to get some sleep and I've got a bunch of stuff I want to do tomorrow. And so yeah, so today has been a really good day, but last night, like sleeping straight through the night, although it was good for me and I was rested, like it just kind of like put me off. You would think that it would be great because it would regulate my schedule, but it just completely like, I'm just not used to it. So it completely threw my schedule off. And so I came home after I got done vlogging and I wanted to have my vlog ready. So I started rendering it. Then I took the dogs out and then I ate a little bit of breakfast. And I watched some like Columbine interviews on my phone, or I started watching this documentary that was from like a long time. It was so poorly done and all the facts were wrong in it too. It was like, I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, it did like this it was kind of like a put together documentary. Like it must have been on some kind of TV station because it did like reenactments of like the whole thing, but then it interspersed it and it had like pieces of the basement tapes, which are the tapes that Dylan and Eric did together. And I started watching it and I was like, this is just bad. Like this is like not well done. And a lot of the facts were wrong in the documentary. Mel actually sent me a documentary today called Columbine 20 Years Later that the Denver Post, I think, who's like a huge part of the Columbine book by David Cullen, he talks a lot about them in there. They put this video up. Can you hear my voice? It's like, I'm like literally losing my voice. He put this post, or they put this video up, I think today or yesterday. I think it was today or yesterday, about like Columbine 20 years later. And I started watching like the first 10 seconds of it. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna save this for later. So I'll probably watch that when I go home before I go to bed. It's like 20 minutes long, but it looks well done. So anyway, that was this morning, and then I went back to bed for like 45 minutes because I had to, well, Alex was getting up to go to work, and so I was laying there in bed, and I was talking to him with the dogs and stuff, and I had a hair appointment this morning, so I had to like, I didn't want to oversleep, so I just kind of like rested for 45 minutes, and then I got up and I went to my hair appointment. I was so tired. Even though I got so much sleep, I just was like still really, really exhausted. Like I didn't feel rested. And I also slept in my contacts last night. So I've literally had my contacts in now all day yesterday, all day today. So I almost had them in for 48 hours. I need to take my contacts out when I get home. So my eyes are kind of like, they're not tired, they're just like, I can feel like pressure around my eyes, you know? But I think that's why I was tired when I got up. If you have contacts, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you sleep in your contacts, like it takes you a couple hours once you get up. Even sometimes when I get up in the morning and I put my contacts in, it still takes me like a couple hours for my contacts to like get adjusted. And I rarely wear my glasses anymore. But anyway, I mean, I don't wear my glasses unless I absolutely have to wear my glasses. Like if I get up and I'm gonna go back to bed and I'm gonna take the dogs outside, I always, you know, just put on my glasses for that. But so I did that, and then I went and got my hair cut. Got my hair cut. What do you think? Doesn't look so great now because I've been kind of laying around, but and then I met up with a friend of mine, a sober friend. And then after that, I'm like going through my day. What did I do? What did I do? After that, I went to, what do you call it? I can't remember. After that, I went home and I filmed videos. I filmed 2 videos for my Peter Monn channel. I filmed a video for my Peterisms video, or channel, talking about Pipi, and just other things. And then I did a video for my Peter Likes Books video, or channel, about the book club, and got my vlog up and everything. I wanted to do a review, but by the time that I got what I wanted to review, it was too late. I was gonna review these like vegan noodles and do like a vegan noodle mukbang. And then I had the heat on in here. Now it's kind of hot. It's 43 degrees. It's like the temperature is so weird in Indianapolis. It like goes up and it goes down, it goes up and it goes down. And then Alex was gonna get off work in like an hour. So I ran to Meijer because I wanted to get some like stuffed little toys and stuff for Pipi because it was for his birthday today. It was Pipi's birthday. I put Pipi in almost all of my videos today to celebrate his birthday. And it rained kind of all day today, so I wanted to just let him like walk outside. He loves to just walk outside and smell everything, and I wanted to let him just be able to do that all day today, but it was like rainy, so I just kept him with me all day long today. And then Alex went to Target on his way home and he got a bunch of stuff for Pipi. He got like toys and treats, and I got toys and treats, and then we put it in this big bin, and so we had a little birthday party for Pipi, and it was real fun. Do you guys want to see it? Okay, so I recorded it on my phone, and I wasn't sure if I was going to include it in here or not. I was like, well, it's kind of just for us and stuff like that, but I want to have a memory of it on my vlog, so I'm going to include it. So here, I'm going to stop the video, and I will put the little video of us having our birthday party for Pipi right here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pipi the Flying Chihuahua. Happy birthday to you. Pipi, what do you got there? Huh? What do you got? You got lady. You got a little lady.
It's Pipi's birthday.
It's Pipi's birthday.
Happy birthday. Tucker, it's not your birthday.
It's not Tucker's birthday yet.
Happy birthday, Pipi.
Let Pipi look it through all
the
his stuff first,
God.
and then we can all share. What did you get there, Pipi? Is that a little lady? I don't know if that one squeaks.
Look, Pipi.
Look at the ones your dad got. Those are big ones.
And he has a tail? What about this one? An avocado? And look, now you can take your own selfies.
Pipi, you can take your own selfies. And look at all these treats you got, Pipi. So many treats. You gonna share those with your brothers?
Nope.
Yes, he is.
Just for Pipi. Happy birthday, Pipi. Happy birthday.
13 years ago, Pipi.
Pipi, 13 years ago, I was already in the hospital. My epidural had kicked in. I had been in labor for like 20 hours already.
And then he came home from the Amish farm.
And I just said, get him out of me.
And then he came home from the Amish farm. Pipi, do you remember being at the farm? You don't? Oh, Pipi. What do you see down in there? Boo? You're a good boy, Boo. You're a good boy, sweetie. Yes.
Pipi, are you overwhelmed? Do you not know what to do? Do you want a treat? Open one of those new treats and give them each a new treat, babe. Or hand them to me. Oh my Lord, everybody wants, we have to have treats at a birthday party. Turkey bacon recipe. Oh my Lord, Pipi. Are you, oh look at this, they're so excited. Okay. Pipi. Okay, Pipi gets his treat first. Pipi, look at that treat. Oh my God. We have fun, we have games at the birthday party of Pipi. Okay, there's your treat. Okay, Boo Radley, here's your treat. There you go. Pipi, is it good? Do you love it, Pipi? That's all you get, guys. Aw, Pipi, did you love your treat so much? Was it good? He said, yes, please, I'll have more. Well, we already had dinner, and we've already had many treats today. So, you go play with Lady. Hold on a second. Lady. He said, no, I think I'll have more treats. Lady. Do you love the new lady? Do you love the new lady? They all love these treats. Do you love the new lady? Happy birthday, Pipi. We love you very much.
Okay, so that was Pipi's birthday party, and he was 13 today. And, you know, he coughed one time today, which I was like, that made me very happy. I'm now, like, I spend so much time with the dogs, so I'm trying to, like, count how many times a day he coughs so I can kind of keep a record of it. And I only heard him cough one time today, and it was in bed, and it was because he was, like, roughhousing, and he was, like rolling around on his back. And what happens is, like, Pipi likes to roll on his back and go, like, twist around, and then, like, he'll hop up, and I think it's when he does that, like, it catches his breath, and I think that's what makes him cough. Because whenever he plays around like that, that's when he always, like, coughs like that. So, we try to keep him from doing that, But anyway, and then he played with the toys, and Tucker and Boo Radley played with their toys, and it was just real cute. And it was sweet. They had a good day. All of them had a good day. My dogs are so sweet. I love them so much. And then Alex and I watched RuPaul's Drag Race with the dogs, and I ate a little hummus and cheese. He had Chipotle late, so he was full, so he didn't want to eat. And we just sat there and watched RuPaul's Drag Race, which was, hands down, if you watch it, the best lip sync for your life that has ever occurred on RuPaul's Drag Race. Hands down, the best. It was so good. So, then after that, Alex, like, when he stood up, he goes, okay, come on, guys. And he was, like, going upstairs. I go, are you going to bed already? And he was like, yeah. And so, I went upstairs with him because he was going to bed, and it was, like, early. Not early, but it was, like, 11. And so, I took, like, some of the toys and stuff upstairs for Pipi and Boo and Tucker. And I don't know why. Pipi, so Alex bought these big stuffed animals for Pipi and Boo and Tucker. And, which is so funny because all they care about is just getting the little squeaker outside. Do your dogs do that? Like, our dogs just love the squeaker, you know? So, but y'all know that Pipi is obsessed with Lady. Oh my Lord, he and Tucker love Lady. Pipi, where's your girlfriend Lady? That's what I always say to him. So Lady is lamb chop, and she's got the little lipstick and stuff. So when I was at Meijer tonight, I saw that they had little lamb chops. And so I got her, because Lady that we have at home, she's completely flat. Like, they've taken all the stuffing out of her, and they still play with her. Pipi sleeps on her every night. He loves her. I tell people this and they do not believe me, but, like, seriously. So Pipi, like, burrows underneath the blankets. He always sleeps underneath the blankets. So I'll be like, I'll say goodnight to him, and I'll lift up the blankets, and he'll be like, his head is on Lady, or he'll be laying on Lady. He loves her so much. I don't know if it's her, he just likes the way that, like, she feels or whatever, but, like, he loves Lady. So she's always right there, everywhere. So anyway, So I got him another lady, a little lady. This lady's about a third of the size, and he was so excited, but then he just wanted to, he wasn't going to be very nice to lady. He wanted to start pulling her stuffing out so he could get her squeaker. That's always fun, because as soon as they get the squeaker out, we have to be really careful to make sure that, you know, that they, like, we take the squeaker away from them, because they can't, like, we don't want them to swallow it or anything like that, you know. Do your dogs do that? Our dogs, like, love to pull the squeaker out of the toy thing, but anyway. Boo Radley doesn't play with any of them. Tucker and Pipi are the only ones that play with those. And Pipi really doesn't play with them a whole lot unless they're smaller. And he'll play with it for like 5 minutes and then kind of get bored of it. He doesn't really do that anymore, but he sure did love his treats. We got them all kinds of treats. So they, if you saw in the video, they each got to have a little treat. But back in the day, we used to like do really special stuff, like a special dinner for each of them for one of, like if it was their birthday, we'd have like a special dinner for one of their birthdays, and then extra treats and stuff, but it would just mess up their stomachs. And I mean, the reality is, as much as I like to play fantasy that my dogs have these lives that are like people, they just don't, and I know that, and I don't want to disrupt their eating schedule, their stomachs, or anything like that. But I might have taken a little chicken strip treat and cut it in half and put one on top of each of their dinners tonight. So I did do that. But no, like in those cookies that you get at like the special bakeries and stuff like that, one year we got them these ghost cookies, and or somebody got them for us and gave them to us or something like that. And and the ghosts like were colored like these black, they were like these black cookies, they had like black frosting on them. And like purple like frosting eyes and stuff like that. It was like, they were purple and black, and there was purple and black diarrhea like all over the place. And we were like, never again. And the dogs, like, we would be sitting there and you could hear their stomachs. And I was like, we're not doing those cookies ever again. Like, they just can't handle it, because you know, we don't feed them human food. We don't feed them lots of different things. They basically every day eat the same exact thing. You know, even the treats that they have are pretty much the same or the same brand. So like, with even giving them different treats tonight, like, it'll probably hurt their stomachs. Not hurt them, but their stomachs will probably be a little affected by it. Because anytime you change your dog's food, if you have dogs, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anytime you change your dog's food, that happens, which is why we have stuck to their dog food that they've been on now for so long, because they really like it. So anyway, but Pipi did really good today. Alex and I had kind of had the conversation before that this might be his last birthday, but today neither one of us said anything about it. And honestly, I just could not look at my husband and have that conversation, you know? I mean, he loves Boo and Tucker so much, but like, Pipi is his dog. Like, Pipi is my best friend, but he's Alex's dog. Like, you know, he was Alex's like first dog that wasn't like his family dog. Like, they had a family dog growing up and stuff like that, but Pipi was like his first dog, you know, that was his. And he's so close to that dog. And I just didn't want to have that conversation, you know what I mean? We didn't need to have that conversation today. Alex and I were recently having a conversation because Alex, like, he had told me that his ex got, so Alex's ex got Alex the dog for his birthday. And so when Alex and I started dating, there was always a train coming here. It's crazy. So when Alex and I started dating, Pipi was, he had turned 2 that spring. It's just crazy to me that I've known this dog for 11 years. Like, that is so crazy to me. Do you hear this? I'm just gonna show you guys this really quick so we can just, it's so pretty. love the sound of a train. It is dead out tonight other than that train. But anyway, so so Alex had gotten the dog like 2 years before when he and his ex were still dating. And his ex had gotten it for him for his birthday. Because Alex wanted a Chihuahua really, really bad. And so I had always known that he had gotten him from like a farm. And Alex would tell these stories that like his ex had gone and picked him up from the farm that day, like that he got him. And like when he got him, like Alex like gave him a bath and stuff like right away because he was kind of dirty because like he had come from this farm or something. And so anyway, Alex and I were recently talking about it. I don't know how we were talking about it, but I said something and he goes, well, it was an Amish farm. And I go, it was a what? And he goes, it was an Amish farm. I told you that. And I go, you never told me it was an Amish farm. And he goes, yeah. And I go, well, did you go? And he goes, no, he picked it up and he brought it, you know, home to me. And I said, then how did you know it was an Amish farm? And he goes, well, because he told me. Okay, little unknown fact, the movie Witness is like one of my all-time favorite movies, right? I love the movie Witness, which if you've never seen it with Harrison Ford and Kelly McGinnis, is about this detective that there's like an Amish guy that's been killed and so it has to do with all these Amish people. I also, years ago, saw this fantastic documentary called The Devil's Playground, and it is about, what do you call it? It is about, I can never remember how you pronounce it, the Rumpschlinging or whatever, which is what like Amish kids do when they turn like 18 or something. They can go like and not live like in the Amish community, and then they can do that for like a year or two and then decide if they want to come back or not. And I don't know what that car was just doing. It was like, it like went through a gas station, turned around. It was weird. Anyway, so and then I used to watch that TV show. Oh shoot, now I can't remember what it's called. Like Leaving Amish or something. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like the first year they went to New York, and then they went to Florida. Oh, what was that show called? I used to love it. And the one guy, his mom, like came and lived with them, and she left like the settlement too. So anyway, I have this like weird fascination with like Amish and like Mennonite religions. And there's I don't know, there's something about it that's very pure to me that, I mean, obviously if you watch my Peterisms channel, you guys know that I'm kind of like, I mean, do I think that I could be Amish tomorrow? And I don't know anything about the religion, so no. And obviously I'm gay. I'm sure that they don't love that about people. But the simplicity is attractive to me, even though I don't like, I don't always love simple things, because, you know, it doesn't matter. But anyway, there's something attractive about that simplicity to me, you know, and just being out in the middle of nowhere and all that kind of stuff. I mean, maybe not for life, but maybe for a day. So anyway, but I used to always watch all those shows and movies, and I was just very fascinated with that. So when Alex told me that Pipi was from an Amish farm, oh my lord, I had to ask Pipi all about it. So now, like how Boo Radley has storylines and Tucker has storylines, people always ask me like, well, what, you know, Boo Radley's always traveling. Boo Radley, he is don't even worry about him, but he's a world traveler. He just goes all over the place. But Tucker's storyline is that Tucker's very much like Lacey Chabert in Mean Girls. Like, he's kind of a gossip, and he's always writing notes to people, but he's not really a mean girl because he's not mean, but he loves to pass notes. He gets straight A's in school. He's very, very smart. He gets straight A's in school. He's in the popular crowd, and he loves to get his nails done and his hair done and go shopping with his girlfriends. That's what he loves to do. That's Tucker. He's so funny. And then Pipi is deeply intellectual. So we have conversations about all the places that he's been. And the Amish farm now is one of the conversations that we have. So anyway, this is called what you do when you are by yourself with 3 dogs all day long. So anyway. I love it so much. But anyway, so Alex's ex got Alex Pipi, which Alex named Duncan. And somehow some rumor started. I don't know where. I used to get comments about this on my vlog. But somehow this rumor started that I changed Duncan's name to Pipi because I don't like Alex's ex, or the fact that he got him the dog. So I changed Duncan to Pipi, okay? Which, have you ever met my husband? Do you think that he would allow me to just change his dog's name? First of all, there's absolutely no truth to that whatsoever. I don't know who started that. That's the most foolish thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But anyway, I mean, maybe not the most foolish. I've heard some really foolish things. But anyway, Alex lived with 4 people. One of them was Sarah, in a house in Bloomington. And Sarah was Alex's friend from high school as well. And they've been friends since like sophomore year, I think, in high school. And his junior year, I think she's a year behind him, her sophomore year. So, or were they the same year and their other friend is a year behind? I think that's what it is. So anyway, they lived in a house with 4 people in Bloomington at IU. And Alex's other friend, who, now I know who it is, but I don't know that I should say her name on here because I don't know if, nobody's going to know who it is anyway because it's a nickname, but whatever. That's Alex's, he can tell that story. It's not mine to tell. So she named Pipi as a nickname, okay? And the reason why is because his penis is always showing, always. And he's been neutered and it's always showing. We don't know why, it just is. So, and Alex said it was that way as a puppy. It had absolutely nothing to do with him being neutered or anything like that. So, I mean, it's noticeable. Like, when you can see it in videos when I have him, and when the people come over to the house, they always say something about it. I feel sorry for poor Pipi, right? But it's just a nickname that stuck. Like, how we call, like, my brother-in-law, Juan Carlos, we call him Fufu, right? Or the rest of his family calls him Tato. So, it's just a nickname for Pipi. So, like, if Pipi is, like, he won't come in, or he's in trouble, we call him Duncan. So like Alex will be like, Duncan, come inside. Duncan, come inside now. Like if it's raining, like tonight it was raining and he was wanting to walk around the rain. So anyway, you know how it is. But we have like 15 names for him, but like Pipi is like the name. So yeah. So what was I gonna say about all that? Oh, so then, so Alex, when I started dating Alex, that was when I met Pipi. I met Pipi like the first week we started dating. Alex had moved up from Bloomington. He was living in his mom's house, and I went to go pick him up, and it was like in the middle of the day. And we were gonna like go, it was like a Saturday, but nobody else was home, and we were gonna go do something. I can't remember what we were gonna do. And so he told me to hang out like in his bedroom, and I was sitting like on the bed, just like kind of like, you know, hanging out, looking at my phone and stuff. And out of the bed, and Alex had like this mattress like on the floor, like in his old bedroom in his mom's house, because he had just moved up there. And like I'm on the bed, I don't even know that this dog is in there, right? And he like shoots out from the bed and like runs out in the hallway and runs around and comes back in, and he's like, arr, 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 and he just like looks at me. And I was like, oh my God. And Alex had said to me, like, I want you to meet, you know, Pipi. And so I was like, oh my God. And so he was so cute. And just like right away, we just got along, you know? And he's just is the greatest dog. And I just love him so much. He's so sweet. And that was the first time I ever met Pipi. And now 11 years later, here we are. I'm not really in the mood to get real sad tonight, so I don't want to go there, but I think instead of getting sad, what I'll say is, you know, we could have found out that Pipi had heart disease and he could have been gone in 2 or 3 months. But it's been a year and 4 months, and he's still here. And she said she'd like to see him make it till 13 and a half, which then I found out later she only thought he'd make it 6 months, but 13 and a half, it would be October, I think. What did I, April, May, June, July, August, October, November. I hope he makes it longer. But I'm very grateful for the time that we've had so far, you know, like. But then I look back and I think that this is the thing, and if you've ever had a dog that's sick, it's just, I mean, it's just, you know, I mean, it's sad to compare a dog's life with a human's life, but it's similar, you know, it's like, now that he's sick, every day is precious to me. Whereas there were so many days that I took for granted with him. And every day that I have with Boo and Tucker is precious too, you know, like, I mean, I like see them in such different ways now. Like, you know, every day I make a point of like spending 10 or 15 minutes just with, you know, Tucker, just sitting there and like petting him and talking to him alone specifically, not with the other dogs, you know. And then I do like 10 or 15 minutes that I make sure that I give Boo that like close attention, and then Pipi the same thing. And you know, and then like, of course, the dogs are always with me and I'm taking them outside. And so it's not just like I'm only with them for 10 or 15 minutes. It's like, that's like one-on-one time that they get. And then there's so much more time on top of that, you know, because I think sometimes, you know, we feed the dogs, we take the dogs out, we do this, but like, dogs are just kind of counterparts to our lives, or pets, or, you know, cats. If you have cats, they're probably the same for you know, whatever. Instead of really appreciating each moment that we have, you know, with these animals that enrich our lives so much. And I don't want to take that for granted anymore. Just like I don't want to take for granted the time that I have with people anymore. I've really been working on, like, when I'm with people, being very present. Like, really present in that moment. And, you know, not trying to be driven to distraction, which I feel like I am at times because of, you know, just being so ADHD or, you know, social media driven, which, listen, there's nothing that I need to see on Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. Well, I never get on Snapchat anymore. But like, you know, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, there's nothing like that that I need to see that I can't wait 2 or 3 hours. Oh my God. Okay, you guys want to know why I do not get on Facebook? Let me tell you the truth of the nature, okay? So this happened to me, not last night, because last night I slept all night long, but the night before, I could not fall asleep. So I was laying in bed, and I wanted to talk about this on here because I thought it was funny, and now I can't remember who I was looking up at the time, which, like, that's so pointless, isn't it? But, like, I was looking up somebody. Now, I saw somebody's post, and then I saw somebody that commented on it, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot all about them. And then I went to their Facebook page, and I was literally on it for like 15 minutes, and then saw somebody else comment. I was like, oh my God, I forgot all about them too. You guys, this is why I cannot get on Facebook, okay? First of all, people have, back in the day, it was kind of fun, but now it's all just like video. Oh, the camera fell, but it was almost at the end anyway. So anyway, well, almost at the end of the 23-minute thing. But anyway, so anyway, on Facebook, like, it's just, you know, it's all these, like, people, like, posting these, like, you know, videos and memes and, you know, just stuff. And it's not what Facebook used to be, you know. It's not like, my Aunt Sheila turned 89 today. Happy birthday, or 76, you know. Happy birthday, Aunt Sheila. It's been a great one. You know what I mean? Like, it used to be like that kind of stuff. And there is some of that, but it's not that anymore. You know, it's like, we went on vacation, and then there's 2,000 pictures that somebody will post, right? Or, I mean, it's just a lot. And God, I mean, let's just, you know, wait till election year. Then it's just everybody has an opinion, and if you don't like somebody's opinion, then unfollow them and unfriend them and be done with them for good. And you know, that's all of that. It's just, so I don't love Facebook. But the other reason that I don't love Facebook is that I fall down the rabbit hole of following people on the Facebook, or not following people, of like, I'll see somebody's name and then I'll go down there, and then I'll see somebody else's name and then I'll go down there. Do y'all do this? Like, and then I'm looking at people that I haven't talked to since I was in high school, but yet we're friends on Facebook. I love when I'll talk to somebody and they'll say, do you know Sally Jones? And I'm like, Sally Jones? And they're like, yeah, like, you know, we had 8th grade algebra with her, Sally Jones. She sat 2 rows behind you. You don't remember Sally Jones? And I'm like, no. Yes, you remember Sally Jones. She always wore the penny loafers. Oh, that's Sally Jones? Well, I saw the other day, now, her daughter got into Princeton, and you're like, how do you know? We're Facebook friends. I'm like, you haven't talked to Sally Jones since 8th grade, and we didn't talk to each other all 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, but now y'all are like, oh, and then like, I don't know if you guys have this thing where you live, but where we live, there's like this garage sale thing. My cousin and Tanya are literally obsessed, okay? Do y'all know what I'm talking about, this garage sale thing? Tanya and my cousin Caroline are obsessed. And apparently it's where you buy stuff. It's like a garage sale, but it's on Facebook in your neighborhood. And you can buy stuff, but then they just like drop it on your door. Like you PayPal them the money or something, and then they just drop it on your door. You don't even have to see the people. Or you pick it up from them or something. Do you know what I'm talking about? My cousin Caroline, she goes, I think it's fantastic. Like, you don't even have to see the people. You just put it outside the door and they just come and get it. And I said, I think it's kind of weird. And she goes, what do you think's weird about that? I said, you got strangers on your front door. Just pick. She goes, yeah, it's just like a garage sale. I go, Caroline, my cousin is forever having garage sales, okay? She'll have a garage sale and I'll be like, you're not going to make any money. And she'll end up making like $500. I'm like, you're the only person I know that makes any money off a garage sale. So anyway, and she basically gives the stuff away because she doesn't even want it at that point, which is why she's having a garage sale. So do y'all have that garage sale thing on Facebook? Oh my God, Tanya loves it too. Tanya will get something new and I'll be like, where did you get, like even like a pair of shoes or something. And I'll be like, where did you get those like something, what did she have the other day? It wasn't shoes, I think it was maybe a pair of sunglasses or whatever. She goes, brand new, still have the tags on it. I go, where did you get it? She goes, Facebook garage sale. I was like, how do you find that stuff? She goes, oh, Tanya is like, she will not admit to this. Oh my God, and this was so funny because her son called her out for it when he was in town last time. He was like, Mom, he was like, Peter, we've got to get Mom off Facebook. And she started laughing. I go, thank you. I say, because your mother will not admit that she's on Facebook all the time. Tanya comes out the door when I pick her up, and she's literally on her phone looking at Facebook as she walks to my car. Then she'll put her phone down for a second when she gets in the car, and she'll be like, oh my God, hi, how are you? And she'll get in the car and we'll talk for like, literally like 20 seconds, and then she pulls her phone back up, and she's on Facebook. I'm like, Tanya Jean, you are on Facebook all the time. And then she's always like, your whole life is on the internet. I don't want to hear about it, YouTube, blah, 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 blah. She's so funny. I love her. Tanya's so into the YouTube thing now. Like, she texts me about YouTube. Like, she's like my YouTube friend now. Like, she'll text me and be like, did you see that Trisha Paytas did Total Eclipse of the Heart? It was hilarious, or something like that. She's like, you have to watch it. Anyway, Tanya always knows everything that's going on YouTube. She started a drama channel. She knows more about it than I do most of the time. So anyway, yeah, that Facebook thing. So anyway, I don't know who I was looking up. I can't remember now. But I literally like fell down this rabbit hole of Facebook. And I was like, before long, I was like 5-10 people deep on this thing. Looking at pictures and looking at pictures from, I mean, 10 years ago and stuff. Like, who'd care, you know? I obviously did, since I spent so much time on it that I couldn't. Ways to waste our days, right? I cannot get obsessed with the Facebook. Like, that is right there. It's a trap. Well, I really wanted to make it through a whole night without 50 stops, but my battery died, so I had to pull in here and change my battery. I was tired of talking about Facebook anyway, but Facebook's a trap. That's what I think. Anyway, I want to listen to a little bit of Columbine before I go to bed. So I'm not going to talk for a whole lot longer. My throat is like starting to hurt, actually. Alex's allergies were really, really bothering him tonight. There was a goose attack by the Walmart that Tanya and I go to tonight. Apparently 2 people were attacked by geese or something. I don't know. I heard geese were mean. Is that true? Do you guys know if that's true? It's always funny, like, what I get comments about, right? Like, I can talk for, like, a half an hour about, like, I don't know, like, my relationship with Tanya, let's say, right? And, like, I'll get, like, 3 comments, and people will be like, this is what cracks me up, okay? I love you guys, but sometimes this is where, like, what I don't know, like, what I'm saying, something in a vlog, like, what will get the comments. This is what cracks me up that I love so much, right? So let's say if I talk for, like, a half an hour about, like, Tanya and I'll get, like, 3 or 4 comments, 5 comments. People will be like, I love your relationship with Tanya. I wish I had a friend like Tanya, and all this kind of stuff, right? I'll talk about, like, goose attacks, and I'll literally get 10 comments, and people will be like, yeah, geese are mean. Oh, I was attacked by a goose one time. My sister and I were walking across, it'll be, like, all these comments about, and it'll be, like, just some random thing I'll say in a video that I don't even, like, if you had asked me the next day, like, what are things I said about in the video, like, I won't even remember that I talked about this goose attack, you know? But then that will be the one that gets, like, all these comments. Or if I talk about a TV show, and I think it's funny, and I love that so much, right? Because then when I go back and I read the comments, it's like, I don't know, it's like I'm sitting there and I'm having a conversation, but the conversation gets to go in like 20 different directions because each of you that watch this pick up on different things in the vlog that you relate to, and I love that so much, especially when it's like about a TV show or something like that, you know, that you'll be like, oh, I watched that and I love this. I meant to go the other way because it's longer, but oh, I loved that show, and that show's so good, and if you like that show, then you should try this documentary, and blah, 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 blah. So many people have been telling me that I need to get Hulu and watch The Act. The Act, I think, is the one that's about that Gypsy Rose girl that her mother had, like, faked her death, or faked her illnesses, and then she had, like, the girl had, like, her online boyfriend, like, kill her mother or something. Isn't that what it is? I think I watched that documentary, and it was so weird, to be honest with you. There are some things I can watch that, like, intrigue me, and then there's some things that I watch that, like, kind of are so far out there, like, I have a hard time with. That was one of them that I watched a documentary because a lot of people suggested I watch it. I think it was on HBO, and it just was so sad and so weird and just so tragically weird. It was out there. I don't know. But anyway, I heard that, I think it's The Act. I think that's what it is. And a lot of people have told me to watch it, so it must be good. I might give it a try. But that it's like a dramatization, excuse me, of what happened with that girl and her mother. Is that what it is? I mean, if it's that good, I'll give it a try. We don't have Hulu, but I mean, for what, $7, $10 a month, I'm willing to get Hulu. Why not get one more thing to watch, you know? Alex would love it. He's already got 5,000 TV shows he watches. So, but I don't know that I really want to watch that show. I wanted to watch The Homecoming. Tanya said she hated it. Somebody else told me they loved it. I wanted to watch The Handmaid's Tale. Some people told me I'd hate it. Other people told me I would love it. I haven't watched that. I feel like I should go in and watch Game of Thrones. Should I start watching Game of Thrones? I'm 6 seasons behind. 7 seasons behind, I think. Back in the day, like, I could start a series and, like I did that with Lost. Like, my ex and I watched Lost, like, the first 2 seasons, like, back to back. And loved it. I'm wondering when they're gonna fix these potholes. This road is really bad. They usually start fixing them around spring. I mean, by now we're not gonna get any more snow. Not like heavy snow. The other night we had some snow. I couldn't believe it after I stopped vlogging and it started snowing. But we're not gonna get any, like, heavy snow anymore. But anyway, I feel like I should start Game of Thrones and watch it. I'm just really like, I know that so many people say they love it. My husband loves it so much. I'm just not really into that, like, those epic time period things. I don't love that. I don't like reading it. Oh my God, that water scared the hell out of me. I went through a small little lake there on the side of the road. I don't like those epic time period things, and honestly, if I was gonna watch one, that's not like a time period that's interesting to me at all. Like the castles and dragons and all that kind of stuff. Like, I have really no interest. Okay, flash forward in 6 months after I've caught up on Game of Thrones, and I'll be like, oh my God, it's the greatest show on the face of the earth. But I think I kind of like downplay it in my head because I don't really want to have to like try to get hooked on a TV show. Maybe what I'll do is I'll watch an episode of it. I could watch it and do a video on my review channel and call it, I watched an episode of Game of Thrones. That would be actually a good video. You know why? Because I need some new ideas for my review channel. Can you guess why I need new ideas for my review channel? Can you imagine or even guess what revelation Peter Monn had today while going to the Meijer and looking at the Easter candy? I'll let you think about this for a second. Well, Peter just ordered his Octavia food, and I don't think that Dunkin' Donuts drinks, Starbucks drinks, candy from Easter candy, and on and on and on, and shakes from Burger King, I don't think that stuff fits on my Octavia diet. So I'm no longer going to be able to review food. What am I going to do? I got so much crap that I bought in our garage to review, it's not even funny. So I will review, I actually have a really funny review that I'm going to do, kind of announcing that I'm like doing this diet. I am going to actually review the Octavia, and I'll probably do it on that channel because that's where it best fits. I'll probably do like a review of the food, and then I'll do a review at like 2 weeks and a month, like first month of being on there. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. Is anybody out there interested to hear about like my journey on Octavia if I talk about it on this channel? Because this is the channel I'm going to talk about it on. I'm not going to talk about it on like all the other channels. So if you're interested in hearing about that, like what would you specifically like to know? Because other than if I don't have specific things to talk about regarding it, I'll probably just be like, oh yeah, I'm doing great, you know, today, or today was a real struggle or whatever. I probably won't get into it real deep. I'm really, really excited about it, but I'm really, really nervous about it at the same time. I don't even know if that makes any sense. Like how I can have like such, you know, conflicting feelings about it, but I do. Like I'm nervous about it. Because this is like, I have tried so many different weight loss things. I mean, let's just be for real, okay? Not just since I've started YouTube, but in my life. Like, in my life, okay? Since the very first time I ever went on a diet and lost weight, and that wasn't even really, you want to talk about lifestyle change, man, I had it more figured out. Where is this new chapstick that I bought today? I bought the Sunbum Banana, because that's what Melissa has. I already talked about this on here. Oh my God, I love it. It's just the Sunbum is greasy, but I don't usually love banana stuff, but this smells like banana Laffy Taffy is what it smells like. It's fantastic. So good. It's like $3. So anyway, I was telling the girl when I bought it, I said, I usually kind of like bougie lip balms. And she was like, what's your favorite? And I said, the Pat McGrath. And I said, but don't buy the Chanel. The Chanel's a waste of money. She goes, really? And I go, yeah, all you're paying for is a container. I said, it has essential oils and all this kind of stuff, but I don't really personally think it's any better than just a container of chapstick that you can get in the Walmart checkout line. I mean, I really don't. I think it's the same thing. But anyway, you know, I don't live in some mystery world where I am unaware of the fact that I've said, oh, I'm going to start this, and then I don't follow through with it. Or I'm going to start this, and I don't follow through with it. That has literally been my life of a weight loss journey since 15 years old. Now, the periods that I have had where I'm in really, really good health, or I'm like in really good shape, of which there have been many, is when it is a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. And I think it's important to note that like Octavia is more of like a kickstart program that will transition me into eating less over, you know, it's supposed to be more of like a lifestyle change, like how kind of like Weight Watchers is. It gets you like counting calories and things like that and looking at the food that you're eating and whatever. It's more of kind of like an observation. So it's not just like a quick fix. I'm not stupid. Like I know this isn't something I'm going to do for a month and then be done with it. I'm not, you know. But I have tried so many things in my life. And the times that I've been really successful are like, okay, when I was in high school and every day I was cutting up vegetables. I can see in my head the little container I would put them in. And I would eat these vegetables. And then, you know, like for dinner, I can't remember what I would have for dinner, but something just real, you know, plain and basic. My mom and I, and then we would walk every night. Like we walked every night. I remember those walks. They were fantastic, you know. And we would walk down our street, and then we would walk to the elementary school that I went to. This was like way after. I mean, I was 15 at the time, so I wasn't going there. But we would walk to the elementary school, and then we would turn right, and we would walk down the street until we went like over this river, which was Cool Creek in Carmel. And there was like this sidewalk, and then it was a bridge that went over Cool Creek. And then we would walk up that, and we would go to the following street, and then we would turn around and we'd come back. And it was probably about 3 miles. And, you know, we would do that, and it would take us like an hour to walk. Something like that. We had such great conversations, and like that's like a really strong period of my life that I look back on, and I'm just so happy that I had that time to spend with my mom. But I was also in really good shape. You know, I was walking every day, and I didn't drink a lot of soda at that point. You know, I had never smoked a cigarette, probably. Well, that's not true. That's not true. But I mean, you know, like I drank, but like it wasn't like it got worse, a lot worse after that. When I was at my mom's house too, not until like more like high school and I got my friends did I drink more. Like at my dad's house, like I hid it from them and drank, but not so much at my mom's house. Like my bedroom was right next to her, so it would have been really hard to have hid it. So anyway, but that was like the first time that I was real healthy. And then, I mean, I've had other periods, and when I was thin when I drank, like when I was like 20 to 22, I was pretty thin. But then my last like 6 months to a year, I put on a lot of weight before I got sober. I mean, not like how heavy I am now, but I mean, before that I was always like 140 to 150, maybe 135 to 150, and a thin, like very thin. And I just put on a bunch of weight my last year. I think a lot from the drinking. And, but then when I got sober, I got healthy. My very first boyfriend literally worked out at the gym like every day. And so I got real obsessed with that. And then my roommate at the time, we had a roommate, like my best friend, she worked at a gym and she worked out all the time. So we were all of us pretty healthy. And I ran a lot. But I was also eating healthy mostly. Not always. I mean, we get pizza and stuff like that, but I was younger and we were, you know, eating pretty healthy and things like that. And like the times that I've done really, really well is when I'm active, like, and I'm doing some form of exercise regularly, and I'm eating healthy. And it's more of a whole complete lifestyle change. I know that. I'm not stupid. It's also at times that like my food addiction isn't kicking in full blast. I don't know why at those times it didn't. But I am like, for the first time in my life, like I've made some real attempts in the last 2 years. Like I sometimes, like, it seems to me like I've been on YouTube forever, but the reality is I haven't been on YouTube really that long at all in the grand scheme of things, you know? And like in the last 2 years, I've made some like real attempts. I'm sure it doesn't seem that way on video, but like I really have. I've struggled so hard, and I think that's where the addiction piece comes in, that I know that I need to have some real structure to this plan, right? Which is why I'm going to 2 days a week working out, and And it's why I'm doing this Octavia, to kind of give me some structure at first, because I really, really need some kind of structure. And, so yeah, so, I don't know, keep your fingers crossed for me, you know? I'm gonna need it. I know it, you know? I'm just hoping this isn't just another thing that I was gonna say fail at, but like, I don't mean it like that. Like, I feel like I set pretty realistic goals for myself, not with weight loss, but just in life. Like, I wrote a book, you know, or doing this or doing that. And then I think I achieved these things. I'm pretty proud of myself, honestly. But with the weight loss thing, I would say, like, in the last, I mean, even when Alex and I first got together, like, our first 2 to 3 years, we worked out all the time. Like, all the time. And I can remember, like, this is where, like, the eating disorder part kicks in for me, is I can remember, like, and body dysmorphia, being, like, 170 and thinking I was heavy. Like, just to put this in perspective, I'm, like, 235 right now. So, like, I was 60 pounds, 65, 70 pounds thinner than I am right now, and I thought I was heavy. So, I always fought that, you know, in my head, but we were really healthy. I mean, we ate really healthy. I mean, we would have, like, days that we went and, like, you know, we went out, we would get a Steak and Shake on the way home, we got pizza and stuff like that. But, like, during the week, we ate pretty healthy. A lot of salads and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I'm hoping that I can do this. I'm hoping that I get really excited about it, and I get really inspired, and I hope I get my ass to the gym, and I hope that I just really stick to this and I really do it. And so I'm really excited about it, but at the same time I'm really scared because it's like a major change for me. So I don't know. So anyway, keep your fingers crossed, pray for me that I stick to it. It takes like 5 to 7 days to get here, so I'll probably get here someday next week. And I will be starting it the day after I get it, so we'll see. I'm excited about starting it. I'm excited to see how it is and what it's going to be like, and I always get excited to try new things, you know? And if I see results, I think especially right away, I think that'll inspire me to keep on doing it. So yeah. So anyway, well, I'm going to get off here now because I have no idea how long I've talked, but this one, oh my, I've done like, the camera goes to like 23 minutes and something, and then it stops. I'm at like 18 minutes now. And I did 23 minutes. I have no idea how long I vlogged for. That's how, like, I'll say like, oh, I'm not going to vlog very long tonight, and then I get home and I think it's going to be like 25, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and it ends up being like an hour and 18 minutes. I'm like, how did it end up being that long? So anyway, I'm going to get off here now. I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday and an amazing beginning to your week, unless you have other plans, but don't. Enjoy your weekend. It's gonna be a great weekend, unless it rains like this. And I got a book today from Penguin. I got an advanced reader copy book today. I'm gonna do a booktube video about it, but from Penguin Books. And so the what was it, the UPS guy or whatever, he brought it, and it was like raining, and he like when he was walking away, like threw his hands up in the air, he goes, "Is this supposed to stop raining anytime soon?" I don't mind the rain, I just don't want it every day. And we had some really nice weather earlier in the week, so I don't know. April showers bring May flowers. That's what I was told. So anyway, have an amazing Friday, unless you have other plans, and I hope you have an amazing weekend. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And yeah, do something fun this weekend. It's not a dress rehearsal. We only get one life. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you. Bye. I love you.